Got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. All right, come on, Josh. Let's fill in with the singing.
Come on, Josh, comment.
No, you guys got this.
Josh, comment.
You're doing perfect.
Of course. We could do
Comment, Josh.
perfect. Got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere. By the way, Rick Moranis, what a comedy genius. All these years. Get him on the show. Can we get him on the show?
It was actually, we got cut off before we were coming on live. I was going to say, we were talking about Rick Moranis. I'm like, he quit, but or took a hiatus. I don't know where he's at right now.
He took a hiatus to take care, be a family guy,
Yeah, it's an amazing story. So why not? I was going to ask nobody would care I don't think he has an Insta. It's going to be some digging I'll have to do, but let's start a write-in campaign.
Yeah, that'll work. Probably somewhere right around when we get Bill Waters from Calvin and Hobbes to give a public interview again.
Nope.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Happy 2024. I hope it's a fantastic year for you. We've been trying to build and create and 2023 was pretty good. We started this show in 2023, didn't we? Got to be good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. We're running on a year because we started shortly after the year started, I believe, with pure call-in shows. And then we worked our way up to some guests here and there. And lately we've been doing a lot of guests. If you haven't seen it, we have recently interviewed the Cosmic Romantics. Fantastic interview. Amazing. Just ridiculous. We were lucky to have them at this point. I couldn't be happier with that interview and meeting them and everything. And then who did we have next? Eric Violet from the Free Credit Report commercials. I hate saying that because he's a musician now doing much. I can't even listen to it. Go to his Patreon. We have it listed on his interview on the bottom there. Go to his Patreon. Listen to some of the music he's creating now. Watch our full interview with him as well. He's a very fascinating and very deep. And I don't think I've met anybody. I've met a few people perhaps, but as positive. He is such a warmth on this earth. He just radiates so much goodwill and positivity. And I walked away from that interview. It was one of our longest too, wanting to know even more and to just I'm a fan of his music. His ambiance stuff as well is really great. And then finally, these interviews start going live tomorrow. We've changed our format a little bit to do broken up segments. So we're trying to get them to 15-20 minute chunks of video released over time. It's easier for us to edit, to be quite honest with you, and it's easier to digest. We'll also release the full length interview and probably start turning the interviews into podcasts as well. So if you're listening to this one on a podcast, told you so. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. you'll be able to listen to our interview with Camilla Cleese about how she is way more than just John Cleese's daughter. She's phenomenal. I watched some of her clips on YouTube. She's a great actress. She's a writer, in fact, right now, and this is what you want to stick around for. It's the last video. She talks about the Fawlty Towers. It's not a reboot. It's a, what do they call it now?
A reimagining. I think you would want to call it.
No, not reimagining. It's
continuation.
Revival.
Yeah. Ooh,
revival. I think is what some other places have called it. So she actually took a break from writing and developing that Fawlty Towers revival to talk with us. So we were very lucky to get her. She was very generous with her time, and we really learned a lot. And if you want to hear more about her other projects, and including one that I'm fascinated in and hope we get to see soon, it is what's called Lookalikes. And it's a story. I don't know. Watch the interview. You'll see. It's a great concept. And again, that starts tomorrow at 8 a.m., our first chunk of the Camilla Cleese interview. How are you guys doing?
Oh, pretty good on this end.
Yeah.
I could be like, I mean, it can't be overstated, or overstated that how amazing that interview was.
Stated.
I mean, it stated, it's a thing she said, but the whole Faulty Towers thing was just like, that is mind blowing that,
she gave us way more information than I expected to get. I didn't, it's not a ton, but it's more than I was able to find in the public so far. So no over teasing. I'm not promising something that the video doesn't deliver, but if you're interested in Faulty Towers or John Cleese's next probable big project,
I would highly advise checking that out. That was amazing. But Happy New Year. You guys you guys go crazy that last weekend? Are we allowed to still say New Year?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sure. I think you 3 days if you listen to certain HBO comedy shows. The Curb Your Enthusiasm, he has an opinion on it, of course. 3 days, which I kind of agree with, unless you haven't seen somebody since well before that. And but I think January you're done. You can't like Happy Valentine's Day, Happy New Year. One has to give to the other.
When are you taking your holiday decorations down? Your Christmas decorations down? When is that? When do you have to do that?
I don't have rules on that. First off, there's some people that haven't celebrated Christmas yet, so you got to be inclusive in today's day and age. Christmas, what is this weekend for Russian Orthodox? No, next week, towards the end of next week, and I forget the actual date. I don't. My Christmas decorations are already down, but in their place, instead of a Christmas tree, we have a winter tree now. My wife likes that, and I kind of like it. Looks pretty in the living room, so I'm fine with however long she wants to keep a tree.
What's the difference between a Christmas tree and a winter tree?
There's no Christmas ornaments on it. It's this particular tree has the lights. She won't let me put Voltron on top of the tree this year. The angels down and like Santa Claus and the Christmas related imagery, and they're wooden discs with scenes of winter, and it's more of a like fall has different icons and images, so does winter, and that's what she decorated it with. So I like it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
But if she wanted to keep Christmas stuff up, my mom used to keep the tree up and all the decorations out until the Super Bowl.
Is that the official take that shit down? Is the Super Bowl? Okay.
That was her official take that shit down, because I guess she liked watching the Steelers with some Christmas stuff in the house.
I get it. That's a nice milestone. I don't know if you guys are seeing this on your end. I've noticed that everybody kind of quietly agreed, and nobody said anything, that Thanksgiving is when you could start putting up your Christmas. No, I'm sorry. Halloween. After Halloween is right when you could start putting up your Christmas decorations.
Thanksgiving.
And I was like, I just noticed everybody was doing it right after Halloween. Like Halloween came down, Christmas went up. Everybody's like, screw Thanksgiving. We're going straight into Christmas. Yeah. We don't need it. We're going Christmas.
Let's eat turkey by the Christmas tree. And
I'm dead serious. So many people, just everybody agreed at the same time. We're doing this. Let's go in. So
we did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did not hear. I've been to houses where I've seen both of the festivities at the same time, which I think it's also because families nowadays tend to have different household celebrations. So you'll go to one person's house for one holiday and then someone else's house for the next. And the only chance that your family's, all of your family, when you invite them to your place and they show up to see your Christmas decorations, might be Thanksgiving. Right. So I think some people jump the gun a little bit early because that might be their son or daughter's only time to see the Christmas decorations because they're going somewhere else for the real Christmas date.
All right.
That's why I don't have like whatever works for people. I'm not just trying to be wishy-washy on it. I used to have very definite opinions. I used to have very definite opinions on not until like first off, you skip Black Friday, you stay home and you decorate that day.
Yeah.
That would be what my former opinion was. Now it's whatever works, man. Life is tough. Don't stand by anybody else's regulations. And I get making fun of it. There's quite a bit of comedy gold in those subjects, but in reality, just enjoy your life.
Speaking of comedy gold, do we have an official stance on this show and Matt Rife, just to kind of get those clicks? We can get this conversation out of the way.
Let's have a Matt Rife discussion. Has anybody heard his new material?
Yes, he has a whole special out that everybody is taking a weird stance on, apparently. I mean, we predicted it, but that this was going to happen because this is the Dane Cook. What's the other comedian I always bring up every time I talk about good-looking comedians that get vilified after their Dane Cook.
Me.
You. The guy who wrote a whole song to his girlfriend and he left his wife for her and then he got divorced.
Joe Piscopo?
Piscopo, thank you.
You said good looking.
And
while I'd like to have Piscopo on the air sometime, and I doubt he'll ever do it because he's afraid of talking about those things. I wouldn't call him good looking.
Okay,
he's average. He
held his own. No right whatsoever to talk down about somebody's appearance. So I will say, but no, we called it, and it was immediately he got his big nut, and he's just crushing stadium after stadium. He's doing massive shows. They're adding shows, and it was just me just shaking my head going, this is going to blow up. And then once you know it, like you could set your watch to it, TikTok was like, you know what? Fuck that guy. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to grow that fast without something kicking back or some stupid comment you said when you're whatever. And with a comedian, it's got to be so much harder because your chances of being successful and offending someone are almost equal.
Right.
And it is how successful you get versus that offense, because you're telling jokes. You know, it's all supposed to be a joke, but if you tell the wrong joke about the wrong group at the wrong time, it could kill your career. So it is so much stress. I will never be offended by what a comedian says on stage. If they say something stupid in real life and get up and take some sort of political stance that's obnoxious, and I'm actually not trying to allude to anybody, then I might not want to see them anymore, but they can go ahead and do their thing. You know, it's just not for me. I'm not offended by it either, but if I don't like who they are as a person, chances are I might not like their comedy either, or want to support them. But
you're saying a comedian going to a comedy show is an interactive event? That's so weird.
You mean he's not telling you an educational factoid about his life and yours? It's a comedy show, and if you don't like it, go ahead and leave. But don't try to end someone's career because he said something.
Give me your 2 cents before you leave, though. Just go ahead, shout out the stage. See how that goes.
Heckle them, though. Yeah, let's see how good they are at that crowd work. Because Matt Rife's probably not very good at crowd work, and would you?
No, he's not. He's not. No, coming up. No, he's not known for that at all. What are you talking about?
But in this case, it wasn't something that he said on stage or in an act, right? It was a link he sent to somebody. I honestly don't know. Yeah, so what happened was somebody asked him, how do you feel about people don't like this joke or something about your special? And his response was to send them a link. He said it was something to the effect of, this is what I would say to them, and just posted a link that went to a website where you could purchase a special needs helmet, a helmet made for special needs people. That was the whole thing. That's what people got the most upset about. Now, I guess there was some misogyny jokes.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a different thing.
But yeah, I think that was what blew up in the end, was that he was trying to defend that, or they asked him to defend it, and he came back with that, and that's what really made things, kind of go big there.
I don't know. I can see where that is obviously attempted humor. Whether somebody found it funny or not, it would be up to them. But clearly, it was a joke. I mean, he would actually send them to it, but I would also say it's a humorous response, at least an attempt at. But the other stuff, I didn't know about that, and I don't know what he said misogynistic or how. Was he just going after a specific person who said something to him?
Well, I think that's where what fits into what you guys were saying previous to that, which is that he's a comedian telling jokes, and he got very famous for doing that, so a lot of people did enjoy it. So yeah, I mean that's where what you guys were saying prior, I think, fits in perfectly. Which is, he's a comedian. He's at least trying. You're right, to be funny, whether or not you like it.
Yeah,
and
not everything hits, but it's also different because in a club or stadium, whatever he's playing now, if he were to say those things, most of the crowd would probably be laughing and joining in on the joke against whoever he was reverse heckle, whatever, going after a heckler or something like that. Those comments said live in front of a crowd would probably land very differently than typed out on Twitter. Yeah, like on Twitter, it's a vacuum and you're reading it in an empty room, often with nobody around you, and you're the only person getting it. And it stimulates. The only way you get to react is what you type back. And I think, I don't know. I just think there might be a case for comedians should lay off anything even close to edgy on Twitter. Like, hey, come to my show. Or a clip from a show where there's an audience clearly getting the joke that maybe you aren't, but at least you know other people are.
Yeah.
X is the free speech platform. You didn't hear that?
I did, but it was
it's all good. It's okay.
As somebody who once got kicked off of the platform for using the word redneck.
Wait, you got kicked off the platform for saying redneck?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I had to go and delete my post to get back on. That was pre-Elon though. So I see what my point here is. I see where he's coming from, but the free speech platform thing isn't true in the first, even now, that you can't say whatever you want. And he could make it so he could host it in another country where there are very, very little laws on who can sue who for what, and let people go to town, including whatever imagery they want to post on his platform. However, he's still censoring things. It's a bullshit marketing term that Elon Musk is using to try to promote his failing, very badly failing company that he destroyed.
You don't think 72% drop's a good job?
72% drop in what?
Before we get too deep here, do you maybe want to give out the phone number again in case somebody wants to call in for some advice or anything else?
Yeah, we definitely have some viewers on here. If you have opinions on what we're talking about, or if you have questions about relationships, give us a call, 412-254-4829. And yes, I look every time I read it to make sure I get it right, because I don't want to wake up somebody who might not appreciate your call. Give us a call. That's our real number. We'll talk to you right here, right now, preferably about relationships, but you can join in on the conversation about Matt Rife or how Elon Musk has destroyed a platform.
Huge valuation drops. That's what we're into right now, especially with 2024 buying stocks this year. It's gonna be fun.
Crypto. But crypto made a recovery, right? You're kind of an expert on that.
Yeah. It's only going up just because of ETFs. So we'll see.
What's an ETF? Is that
Elon Token Farm?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just Google Bitcoin and BlackRock. It'll tell you everything. So
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to put it this way, Bitcoin started off 2023 worth about 16K per coin, and at the end, well, we'll just say literally this week it's worth 42, 43. So
wait, $43,
43,000.
So I should have bought it at 16.
Should have, yeah. It was a nice month. December was a really nice month.
Dip, so I could actually afford a whole Bitcoin.
Yeah. Again, the beginning of the 2023, between like 2021 and 2023, it was a real cold and lonely time. And if you had a job and you could purchase, it was nice, because now everything's pretty much doubled at least. So, at least.
Wanted to do a shout out to Shats on Instagram who joined us. Shats H Kumar 4.
But anywhoozle.
Yeah, no. I hate when I see terms like free speech platform, because none of them are. Zero of them are. Either they're following federal laws or their own moral guidelines, and we actually want to shut up certain people, and it's okay if they shut up certain people on one platform and shut up certain people on another platform. Just don't use them. Don't buy the products that are advertised on them if you know what they are. Feel free to create your world around that, but you can't make a platform for everybody and expect it to work. Not in this day and age.
Especially when you're trying to sell commercial space. I mean, that's the big thing that everybody always seems to forget. Like, it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, that's the person who you're trying to make. God damn it, Josh. I just read the scroll. But like, at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to impress, right? You want your McDonald's, Starbucks, or whatever. I mean, this is not a massive like 5-head, theory. This is just, that's what brings them the money. So, well, when they say that,
I want to jump in real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Everything that most people have seen today on a computer screen, on their phone, in a newspaper, it doesn't matter where, on a movie, everything you've consumed today with your eyes, 98% of it has been paid for by advertising in some way or another. It's insidious. It's in everything. This show right here is brought to you by advertising. We don't sell any ourselves, but there's ads on the platforms that you're watching this on. YouTube, Twitch, everybody has ads, and they're all paying for this to happen. and it's advertising. And we need to remember one thing when it comes to advertising: the primary goal of advertising, the number one goal above all else, even above making money, is to change your mind. Everything political that you read, everything entertainment that you read, even the Weather Channel, is brought to you by a platform that's designed to change your mind. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you consume any of this. And a lot of people don't. They don't realize that the advertisers literally control and censor everything. They don't want to be associated with X, Y, and Z. If we say a certain word right now, we will be kicked off of Twitter. The word is in a dictionary. A lot of people enjoy that type of relationship, but you can't mention guys who have wives who sleep around with the actual term, or somebody who gives money to Google will get offended and stop giving them money. So therefore they punish us. The whole world like that.
Speaking of biting the hand of feet,
and you can still say that guy who does that is a fucking cunt, and you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, you can totally say that, which I think is fantastic. Yeah, that's
and if you go to Harvard, certain people will say you have a right to threaten his life. Did I go too political on that one? Sorry.
No. I mean, that was a little. I wanted to touch on a few items in the news that popped up while we were on. I don't want to. I guess we'll call it holiday.
Yeah,
we didn't have but it was just one of those things. Also, Twitch had that. I don't know if we touched on this last show, but Twitch had a mighty change to their rules recently, and there was a big uptick in sex workers being on the platform, and that lasted.
Oh, did they get rid of that already?
No, they're very quick to change the rules. I was going to say that it lasted short, but it's still going and in different iterations. So,
all right. There was what if you body paint Steamboat Willie on a naked set of breasts?
I think you have to cover it, but they're getting very creative with covering. So I think if the Mickey Mouse ears covered, this portion, the breast portion, I think you'd be fine.
No. Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat, isn't that Mickey Mouse?
No, they're very different legally. If you draw Mickey Mouse on your chest, then Disney will come after you. But if you draw the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse, which I don't know if it has to be black and white, but that's okay.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white. No, that's mind blowing. I didn't know that was
Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is open territory unless you put a red shirt on him. Then that's the copywritten version that is still protected.
Okay. There's that Winnie the Pooh.
King Kong movie has 3 slash marks on his chest in all the new movies, because you cannot release a King Kong with 3 slash marks on the chest.
Stop it. Stop the 3 slash move. That's what allows it?
No, that's what prevents you from doing the one that is copywritten. The old King Kong, I think, fell out or is so close to it they just want to make their own. This is the our version.
Gotcha.
You'll see it on all the toys. What's that?
4 slash marks.
I thought it was 3.
We could do 4. No, I'm saying we could do 4.
Oh, maybe. Or the other monkey titty.
Oh, I was wrong. I was going to say that
way.
Winnie the Pooh horror movie. There's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie, by the way. It's terrible. Just as bad as I think it is.
Honey and
Blood and Honey.
There's 2 of them, I thought. And Honey and Blood.
I think the second one. Yeah. Just what we need.
Maybe it was I was going to watch Cocaine Bear and Blood and Honey at the same time, but I only watched Cocaine Bear and knew nothing could be better than that, so I didn't even bother with it.
There's a lot of things better than that. A really good sandwich.
Name a better homicidal bear movie.
What's the one that Leonardo DiCaprio finally won an Oscar on? It was just him getting the shit kicked out of him by a bear for 3.5 hours.
Did Leonardo DiCaprio get away from that pussy ass bear? Yeah.
No.
So it wasn't really a bad bear.
No, but I was gonna say Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey. He actually is wearing a red shirt, but it's a red flannel. So if three scars can bypass copyright, then
no, they enforce it on that. That's reversed. It's kind of like Mickey Mouse is protected, and the old version isn't. The new King Kong is protected. I don't know. Hey, if you have a question about relationships, if you want to weigh on what copyright, what is or is not copyright, please call us 412-254-482. No, for real, call us. We're here to talk to you, especially if you have questions about your relationship. This was a very interesting transition from 2023 to 2024 for some people. If you had some family issues, if it caused some stress between you and the wife, especially with visiting people's schedules, that sort of thing, let us know. We'll hopefully be able to help you out and walk you through it. And January is always the time of breakups. So
is that true?
Yeah. New Year's resolutions. I'm going to fix my life. I'm going to kick that guy out of my life. I'm going to find a better woman. That happens as New Year's resolutions a lot. And as people are looking forward to the new year, the new me might be single.
My 27-year-old male husband freaking stinks, and I, 22-year-old female, hate his hygiene habits. Okay, y'all. I'm so tired of this. My husband, 27-year-old male, has zero hygiene practice. He doesn't brush his teeth. Okay, hold up. I got it out.
I'm already starting with questions like, is this sudden?
Yeah.
But hopefully they cover that. Yeah.
He doesn't shower hardly at all, maybe once a week, and he smells. That's all in caps, by the way. We've been together for nearly 4 years and even have a beautiful toddler together, 2-year-old male. What's that? Yeah,
does the kid stink?
Kid smells like
genetics.
Kids always smell, man. When we first got together, he did take care of himself. But around 2 years ago, it's just like it fizzled out. There's no fizzling with brushing teeth. And I'm not talking.
Your teeth will fizzle if you don't brush them.
Facts. And I'm not talking things like weight gain or not shaving his face. I couldn't give a damn about things that are just aesthetic and look wise in those areas. It's literal, all caps, hygiene problems. Not showing for a week. I'm assuming showering. Yeah. Never brushing his teeth. It's literally so icky to me. And he gets pissed and says I'm nagging him when I tell him to go take a shower. So what's up? What the fuck is going on here? How do I fix this? Needless to say, our sex life is low with this problem. I'm not bumping sheets with someone who reeks.
Did she write that?
She did.
I like it.
And that,
yeah.
I love it.
Well, what's the advice they're asking for? How to get them to shower?
Yeah, I don't think there was really a question in there. It's just this basically like, hey, my husband's a dickhead. What do I do?
Well, and communicating, okay, lady. No, I would suspect, honestly, like there's a lot of things that can go in here, but when somebody suddenly gives up hygiene, it's a sign usually of something else. I mean, maybe they were putting on a show the whole time you were dating, and up until for whatever reason they just stopped because I'm going to go with depression is the first thing you should worry about and look into. And if the first top response doesn't mention that you have to talk to them about their mental health because of this, then I give up on Reddit.
Yeah, it's like the second comment or third. That is correct. Yeah. No, that's exactly.
It might not be that, but I'd start there.
Yeah, why not? And it's fizzling out. The reason why I kind of jumped on that was because either you do or you don't. There's no fizzling out brushing your teeth. Like, it's not like, you kind of go in there and give yourself like a half-hearted wipe or two when you're like washing your body. It's like you're brushing your teeth or you're not,
Well, I'm a scheduled teeth brusher. If I don't have a schedule for it, like I brush my teeth every morning before I go to work. When I started working from home, I forgot to brush my teeth all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I wanted to. I know it's important, but like I would wake up and I would walk into my home office and start typing, and then like, maybe I'll shower later. Maybe I'll brush my teeth later. And maybe if I showered, then it's in the afternoon or right before dinner, and I didn't want toothpaste mouth for a full meal sort of thing. And I had to rebuild that schedule. It's an important thing. So now I actually go on streaks. Like how many days have I gone without forgetting to brush my teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gamer in me, I need to keep my streak going. Which is also another way to work on him on fixing it. Say, hey, listen, this is a problem for me. It's hurting our marriage. And if you've said it before, say it again. And then say, I need you to do this. And this is what I'm suggesting that we can both work on. I don't know.
I've never begged anybody to call in before, but I'm going to beg somebody to call in.
Why?
Because this one sounds too good to not have them call in.
Okay.
This is
okay.
Yeah, this one's
beg.
It's not a begging.
You could also accidentally spill like a whole bottle of body wash on them and be like, oh, you got to go rinse off now. It'll be expensive after like the third day. But
set up the lawn sprinklers outside. Like, hey, can you get the mail? And just half of them are filled with dish detergent. The other half are with just straight up water.
I mean, you think the
bucket of soapy water while he's sleeping.
Oh shit!
What'd you do?
Oh no, we're good. It's just the scroll wheel did something weird. No, I wrote no, I'm serious, please call. Like, I would love to talk to you about this and to this person because should I spoil it?
No, read the next thing you got up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because oh man, that's
give him a chance to respond and then refresh before you read it anyway.
Man, I'm gonna keep that window open. I love finding ones that aren't just like the staple because I'm getting kind of concerned. By the way, we're a half hour into our show today, and I have not seen the word coworker once. And
January, man, January.
It's January. Yeah, I guess people.
You might find posts on quitting over a coworker being a pile of crap because January everybody wants to quit a job and find a new one, which is why you see all the ads for Monster. By the way, the breakup thing is also related to the gym ads that keep popping up on TV now too. So
nice.
New me, better me. With a better body, I'll be able to get a better spouse.
It's also something I noticed this year too, is I was ready for the onslaught of people at the gym, and January 2nd, the gym was annoyingly packed, especially considering I go there at 5 a.m. January 3rd, pin drop, nice. Like literal, just the usuals. I was like, wow, that was, because usually it's like a month, of like
you're gonna have the week 2 or week 3 returners. I found the people that signed up and they're like, oh, I better use it, and they'll go like one more attempt before they give up in February completely.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a Planet Fitness guy just because I know how likely I am to like go months without showing up. So
it's actually a very valid point. I'm going to sneeze.
That's our new soundbite. That's a very valid point. I'm going to sneeze. Did some brains come out?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great.
My god!
But yeah, I've witnessed it and I've been annoyed by it. I honestly, when I'm at the gym, every time I see somebody new there, my thought isn't, get on my way. I'm tired of all. Like I hope you keep coming back. Just one of those things. Like you did it, you made it this far. Just keep doing it.
I think the same thing, except that I hope they stay out of the pool because I don't want them in my way.
Oh, your gym has a pool?
We go to the Y. It's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, yeah. The La Fitness nearest me has a pool, and we thought about joining just for access to the pool. Except we heard that like the elderly swimmers, especially in the morning, may also have problems with keeping poop in them. I heard it. I don't know how true it is.
I mean, there's acceptable risk when you go swim in the pool. I mean, I do every other day swimming. So like I'll focus on like arms and shoulders one day, then swimming the next, then leg day, then swimming the next, then chest day and back and swimming the next, and then rest day. And that is that's all I think about.
A lot of detail.
It's I'm just saying I spend a lot of time in the water. And that is just something I constantly think about. Is the whole reason why I go to the gym I go to is because the other gyms that I attended, people are fucking disgusting. And I get it. We're all different habits, culture, all that fun stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like there's acceptable risk, and poop water is one of them.
I would like to explore. Is it a American thing, or is this international, or is it just in Pittsburgh? But I've asked local
eating a sandwich while you swim.
No, that'd be great if you could pull it off. How many naked guys do you see on average in the men's changing room? Like 1 or 2 a day? And are they always way older than you?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I asked women in the area if they ever see a woman changing their clothes, any nudity whatsoever, and I was told that seeing a bra is rare.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently every gym that, at least in this area, maybe yours, is just full of old guys showing off their nuts.
I mean, I never really put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's just one of those things when you're in the gym, you see people, naked. I'm not.
No, they're hanging out. They're not getting dry or anything.
No. Just straight up, like every time it's a dude that's naked, it's always a guy who's older, like well older. Like,
but the thing is, they're not drying off or changing clothes. I will walk in the door. They're over on the bench usually a foot up, which is fucking gross. And they're standing there naked. There might be a towel in their hand. They might be rummaging through their bag or something. Go and take a piss. And normally I don't have to take a big piss, so it takes me a while to get out the little squirt that I didn't really have to get out in the first place. But I wanted to get it out so I didn't have to piss more later. And then I wash my hands, get my headphones wrapped around my head, ready to go, and I walk out. And he's still in the same fucking place, still naked as fuck.
I think it's fantastic. Way to.
I think that I've been I think that at the Y I've been in, because I usually got the 6-year-old kid with me, and so we have to go to the family locker room and change there. And in there's no old naked dudes, which is great. However, in the 2 times I've gone to the adults male only locker room, of those 2 times, one of them there was an old naked dude walking around like it was going out of style. So 50% of the time, at least.
Yeah.
Personally,
I did shower at Planet Fitness once, and I believe I dried off and put on shorts before I got out of the shower cube.
Yeah.
Did you helicopter on the way over?
Yeah. No, I'm not ashamed of or afraid of anybody seeing my junk. I just figured, let's not put them through that.
I get that. Yeah, it's again, I don't care either way. I do like the fact that and again, this is anecdotal, but like just sitting there and thinking about every time I went to the gym, now this is getting weird. I'm like overthinking like how many times I've seen a naked dude.
In your head the next time you go to the gym and see old dude, like,
just staring at old dude.
Is it the same dude? Like, can he's managed to project himself into all the gyms?
Like that Nicolas Cage movie where he's in everybody's dream. It's just like old dudes in my dreams now. Thanks, Nathaniel. I appreciate that.
There he is.
It's interesting coming from Zaz because he is the closest I've ever been to a nude penis, and he ran at me with it. So,
all right, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
He
was not accepting. He did not take.
He missed a slap by about 1 millimeter. It was real close. He felt some wind on that thing.
So technically, that's a blowy,
dude.
Technically,
half handy, blowy handy thing. Yeah, half handy, half blowy. Nice. So as you can see, everybody, we are very inclusive and understanding on this show.
Yeah.
Having been there.
Yeah. And I'm usually part of the problem, guys. I hate to say this, but
part of the problem.
So why does my ex-boyfriend still talk to me? 26-year-old female, 30-year-old male. My ex and I were together for 5 months, and it was one of those relationships where we got serious too soon. He ultimately ended up dumping me because it started affecting his mental health too much. He was already dealing with a lot before we had met, and it seems like he's never actually ready to be in a relationship, but couldn't control himself when he met me because we had an instant connection. Long story short, it's been over 6 to 7 months now since he broke up with me, and yet he continues to text me every day. He's aware that I still love him and still want him, but he's made it very clear that he does want me at all. I guess it means doesn't want me at all, and only wishes to be friends with me. I'm so confused. He texts me good morning every single day, like we're together, but we're not. Does he actually just want to be friends? Should I stop talking to him? Because I can't move on.
I mean, you guys know what I'm going to say, right? So first off, why is he still talking to her? I'll keep you on the line in case he changes his mind and needs you around. And
yes, Queen.
He's treating you like crap. Why do you want to be with him?
Yep.
Ask yourself this. Why do I want a guy who treats me like this? Why do I want a guy who knows I love him and will do anything to be with him, but won't do anything to be with me? You ask yourself those questions and you realize what the next step is. Block his fucking ass. The reason he's talking to you is because you allow him to. If you end it, you'll be able to move on. This is stuff that I would expect to hear from somebody in high school. And at your age, you're close to 30. You have to move on. You have to know when to cut and go. And he ended it. So it's not like you're breaking up. You're just enforcing his breakup. You have to. And he'll never want you back as long as you're that person who he knows he has no challenge in getting. He won't miss you. He'll eventually slowly move on to someone else because you're always the safety net, unless it's needed and you don't want to be the person who's needed. Yeah,
Yeah, no, and I was going to say devil's advocate though. I mean, because that's kind of how we do this. I would say there is I mean, I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. Just because that's very odd to be like saying good morning every single morning, and kind of, I do feel like there's potential of stringing it along. But devil's advocate, is it possible this person is just that clueless, just is not aware, is that secure in the fact that, because I have met those people that are just so out of touch. I don't want to say out of touch. That's not fair to him, but just completely unaware of the other person's feelings, that they're just going about their day. Like, I made my decision. I don't want to be with them. I got to go to work. Hey, good morning. Because what they didn't say is, it's not like he's saying, hey, beautiful, love of my life, yada, yada, yada. It's just like, hey, what's up? Because I talk to my exes, but I don't talk to them every single day.
I talk to almost all of my exes. The longer the relationship, the more likely I still talk to them, in fact. But I don't check in every morning. I want to assume good intent on this one.
Right.
But I can't see it as anything other than him wanting her still in his life in some way when he's already rejected her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's not an outright evil thought of keeping her on the line in case I change my mind. It is, I kind of enjoy her a little bit. Maybe I'll change my mind, and I hope she sticks around, so I'll keep the relationship nice and friendly. It's selfish, even if it's not malicious.
Okay. I mean, I get that. I'm not saying I completely disagree, but I also gotta, there is that 25% chance that, that they are just completely that,
and even if he's completely, let's say he's just totally like, I think she's friendly. I'll never be with her. I don't want to be. She's just a cool person. I want to, maybe know her as a friend. She still needs to end it. Like, it doesn't change my advice that she needs to block him because she's not moving on. The only way she's going to move on is if she stops hearing from him all the time and truly makes that break.
Yeah.
You're broken up. Act like it.
I mean, yeah, I'm surprised there isn't that breaking off period. It's, typically we talk about, like, how long it takes to get over somebody. What do you do to get over somebody? We've had that conversation with many of, our listeners and stuff. And one of the things it's like, I'm noticing from this is the lack thereof. Like, it's just like 6 to 7 months. That's still like kind of falling in the, the ouch period, it could be.
Let me ask you this. The exes you still talk to, did you go through a period where at least one of you hated the other?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before in a previous show when I was being open, which was, I'm a bad breaker upper. I'm not good.
Oh yeah,
like I'm a terrible breaker upper, and so yeah, that is my really mature, healthy way of handling things, is being not a nice person, not handling things well.
Being the not nice person is one thing, but I mean, like, that hate of is, and I don't want them around anything that I like that. Right. Like, I hate you and I want you gone, and
right.
I think most of my exes have had the hate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've had a little back, and then we were able to be friends after, like, that love emotion was gone, and I truly moved on. I had another girlfriend, or I remember my first girlfriend, like, that was a bad breakup, and she was right to completely end it with me. I remember it was within a year that she was seeing someone else and pregnant with her kid and getting married. Along those lines, it was like it was fairly quick, all things considered. And I remember I was at a point, I read the headline, it was in the paper, because people used to do that at the time, a little photo in the paper and to announce their kid's wedding. Maybe some places still do it. And I saw the announcement in the newspaper, and I didn't care at all. Like, I realized at that moment I was truly over her. And then shortly after that, I was able to be friends with her.
Yeah.
I didn't reach out immediately and go, hey, I don't care, can we be friends? But as events occurred and we, whatever, how you doing? We became friendly. So I had the hate stage, and then I didn't care, and then we were able to be friends. And I think when people try, maybe someday we'll be friends, they skip that stage where you have to make the break. You have to be a new person. You can't be somebody who's still in love with them and truly move on. I think. I think it makes it easier. I think there are people, especially parents, who have a child, they have to force the friendship and not have the outright hate, or at least in how they treat each other. That, I think, sometimes, and there are a lot of divorced people who never had the hate stage, but they still hang out. I've seen it. It seems odd at first, but if they make it work, that's great.
Yeah.
But generally, I think you have to go through the negative stage before you get back to the positive.
Sorry, bear with me 1 sec. I just
That's right. Did that person respond? Are we gonna get that call?
No.
Is DJ Vaughn still out there watching from Instagram? I wish it told us when people leave. Although that might make me sad too.
Oh, why did you leave? No, it was like that. They always used to say when Facebook was a thing. I think it was actually even like further back. Let's date ourselves. MySpace. People are like, we get that there is a who's following me button, but why don't they show who left? There's like a big like put in a who left button.
Do you remember on MySpace when you had like the 6 top row friends? They would appear like on your page.
That was a whole thing.
Like that could cost you friends if somebody wasn't in the right space. But the other thing was people would monitor, like if they had 200 friends and it went down to 199, they'd go down through their whole list and go, "Why did you unfriend me?"
Yeah. I
unfriended you because I don't like you. Don't ask.
I actually had a conversation about the top 6 with an ex once. Josh,
is that what it was called?
What? So there was your top
6, was it called that?
It was just what your top whatever.
Top
I don't know. Top 5?
Top 5, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Top 5.
Top 8.
I think they expanded it at one point. Did they not?
Somebody Google that. Google it.
Yeah, Google
MySpace top.
Go, Jamie. I hate it. Sorry.
MySpace was a lot of fun because it was chaos. Nobody used their real name. And then like phenomenal. Facebook, I liked it because it was more serious and a little more responsible at one point. And now, of course, everybody uses a fake name. And everybody, like the people that post anything worth reading are just basically shit posting anyway. For me, I don't know. I used to post serious things there. Now I could care less.
Here you go. Top result here. How many top friends did MySpace have? As you may be guessing, this destroyed as many friendships as it strengthened. Over time, the limit for your top friends grew from 5 to 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I was gonna say
they expanded it because people were getting too hurt by that, and
it just gave people another reason to hate you if they weren't in the top 8.
Yeah.
I remember going through themes just I had a reason to mix it up. Like these are people's black and white photos. These are women who have cleavage exposed. These are guys who have once thrown up at my house. Like I was just have people guess what the top 5 or whatever it was were.
I don't think I've ever thrown up at your house, actually. That's awesome.
No,
considering every time I hung out at your house, it was like I had to stay super late because I didn't want to drive back at 2:00. So it was like I'm leaving at like 4:30 in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen,
if you're gonna do it right.
I mean, yeah, 100%. Let's I'm still emailing people, guys. My apologies. Yeah, there was friends to before that.
Respond, or do you want to read their thing?
I think I did read their thing. Wait, no, I didn't.
Wait.
Hold on. Okay. All right. I'll read their thing now. They've not responded.
Ooh.
What?
Sorry. So there was the private comment in our chat, and
that was just it was a mental note for something that'll enhance the show. Just won't go away. Oh, hey, we got our banners back. Thanks, Josh. I was wondering about that. You have the relationship with Smith. Mine is just won't go away.
Oh yeah.
And, okay, you guys ready? And I hope I don't build this up too much, but
Josh, do you want to tell him?
I was trying the new overlay. I don't know if you wanted to see it. It's oh, god damn it didn't do it.
That's good. That's good.
Next time, do it when he's not looking.
That was pretty good. Anyway, male 22, female 21. This doesn't matter at all because this is great. My girlfriend's ex tries reconnecting through dead cat.
All right. That's a great way to do it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's find out.
Yeah, I've been in a long distance relationship with my girlfriend.
Wait, how old again? Let's start off. Let's start over from the top.
22-year-old male, and we got ourselves a 21-year-old female. And I gotta move the camera. I feel like I'm shorter with this angle. I don't like it.
Yeah, but now you have to start over again.
I know. We're just gonna do we're doing it live. Yeah. You don't play your guitar while you do a live relationship show. I think you're missing out on life if you don't do that.
I will try my best. In fact, I was thinking about banjo.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
All right. Male 22, female 21. My girlfriend's ex tries reconnecting through dead cat. This is like totally Dwight Schrute BS. This is great.
I'm just picturing like a dead cat on a Ouija board, but I'll let you continue.
It's exactly where I went with that. That's why I was so excited. I was like,
just sliding its cold, hard corpse around.
Yeah.
Just trapped on top of a Roomba.
Can we get Bill in on this? Somebody give him a call. And yeah, anyway.
Slevin.
Yes.
Hey, Bill.
Whoa! That's insane that you came up with it that quick. That is not normal. How did you do that?
By the way, I did want to point out, we're going to have to start this one more time. Bill Slevin is starting a whole new YouTube channel and getting a lot more information out there. I think he's actually at a convention this weekend, but try to look up BillSlevin.com. He's our resident paranormal investigator, ghost hunter, quality guest of ours. I should have mentioned him early because he started off our great guests block of interviews, and I want to support what he's doing. I think he's one of the next big things in paranormal investigators. So keep your eye on him.
I'm going to send him that photo, by the way. I don't think he has that photo, and I really wish I would have sent him that photo earlier. I think he would have appreciated that.
Sure. All right, let's let you start over, and we'll continue into this.
All right, 14th time's a charm. I think that's what we always say. Yeah.
Take
47.
Do it.
All right. Male 22, female 21. My girlfriend's ex tries reconnecting through dead cat. Sorry, I'm starting off on a, after like the fourth time of trying, now this is where I'm going to start stuttering when I'm talking. This is all your fault. All right. I've been long distance with my girlfriend for the past 6 months now. She's quite emotional, sensitive, and has attachment and abandonment issue, and is a great overthinker. The unconditional love of her life for 7 years died in late November. Her cat. Since her cat died, she's been an emotional train wreck and continues to mourn his death about a month and a half later, naturally. Her ex has a friend that works with her, and this guy is always trying to get details of our relationship and see how she's doing because her ex is curious. Now that her cat died, he's been texting her he's sorry because apparently he was close to the cat too, and she shared a whole entire Google Drive album of pictures of him. And she said, as much as I hate to admit it, some of these pictures are really good to me. Now she has a surgery tomorrow, and the ex reached back out again and said, I have some of your cat's fur left over. Well, let's reread that. I have some of your cat's fur left over if it'll provide you some comfort for your surgery tomorrow. And she agreed. She texted me this while I was at work, and I told her the ex is obviously using her dead cat as an excuse to reach back, and he knows that she's an emotional person, so he's feeding off of her vulnerability to try to introduce himself into the picture again while standing on her dead cat's grave. A couple questions I have for you gentlemen and females is, okay, now that we got that out of the way, we have 5 questions. Are you ready? Oh, this is amazing. Everything about this is my favorite ever. She has tokens, pictures, her cat's ashes, and other things to remember him. Why still accept her ex's proposition to give her some cat fur? She also made sure to get rid of her cat's bowls, toys, and huge scratch post in her room because she didn't want to get reminded of her cat. Yet she accepts some fur that probably isn't even her actual cat's fur. Just a lame excuse for her ex to see her again. Guys, this is serious business. My girl ended things with her ex in a bad way because he never actually cared for her, and she dreaded along the relationship and sustained emotional abuse in the process because she has abandonment issues. Why could he possibly want to get introduced into the picture again after about a year? Could it be ego, thinking he could get back together with her? Jealousy because he sees and hears how well I'm treating her? Or loneliness? Okay, that's the next question.
Wait, that was the first question?
That was the second question. The first one was like the tokens, pictures, all that. Why is she accepting the proposition to give her some cat?
Let's start there. Let's keep. I will answer it all at the end.
Oh yeah, no. I like this. Question, answer. Go.
All right, why does she want certain things, not other things? It's her logic, and you can't put logic into something highly emotional. You're trying to make all these rules the way she should behave whenever her cat's dead, and you're now being the controlling person who's saying she needs to feel this way and want these things in her life and not those things. Maybe he's manipulator, maybe he's not, but you're making up all these rules about how she should act or what he's supposedly doing. Maybe he is absolutely using fake dead cat fur or carpeting to manipulate her and get her back in his life. Maybe he's not. Maybe he actually does care that she's hurting. You don't know. You're jumping in and trying to live her life for her. I have more of a problem with how this current boyfriend is acting than I do the ex at this point, because he's not communicating and he's not telling us what she's actually saying. He's telling us what he thinks she really means and what she's really thinking. So yeah, that's okay. The first one is because that's what she wants. You don't get to say this is her best friend who passed away. Might be just a cat, but it's still a highly emotional thing for her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Next, what was the other question? Second question?
Okay. Second question was, my girl ended things with her ex in a bad way because he never actually cared for her, and she dreaded all along the relationship.
An assumption.
Sure, exactly. Sustained emotional abuse in the process because she has abandonment issues. Why could he possibly want to get introduced to the picture again after about a year? Could it be ego, thinking he could get back together with her, jealousy because he sees and hears how well we're treating her, or loneliness?
Doesn't matter. Stop trying to figure out what he's thinking and why. It'll never help you.
Yeah, how much calling her an overthinker is projection, do you think?
A lot. Because have you read this guy's typing? Like,
I have never been more excited. Are you crazy? I want to get this tattooed on my chest, Nathaniel. This is one of my favorite posts we've said in a very long time.
Oh, it's a really good post. This guy is the overthinker, and he's projecting. And he's trying to figure out what's going on in a guy. Unless he's dated this guy, we'll call him a stranger for all intents and purposes. He's trying to figure out why this guy's acting that way. Doesn't matter. You're not going to ever get any benefit out of figuring out, even if you are right, or any of the millions of people on Reddit who have never met this guy. Whatever they say, they're not going to be right. And if they are, it won't help.
Yeah.
Not wasting your time on that.
She told me all of this. She told me all this while I was at work. I told her in a nutshell, he's using your dead cat as a way to reconnect again. Okay. And she said she hears me, but is still going to accept the cat fur. That's my, again, favorite sentence ever. Because she has a lot of anxiety and maybe this will help. Great. But her ex knows that and is feeding off her vulnerability. That's not a question. That's a statement. You want me to move on?
It's not a statement of truth either. It's an assumption.
Right. Assumption.
Everything. What she wants, what he wants, he's assuming everything.
Yeah. I think what kills me about this, and I don't want to belabor this, but like, this makes her feel better. Nobody's getting hurt. Like, this is such an innocent, like, hey, this actually, I'm feeling very troubled. Feel even better to support her. Yeah.
To offer to go with her to get the cat fur, since, she said some pretty bad things about her ex. To offer, I see if she needs anything else that would help get her through. Like, did you give her any cat fur? No. No, but seriously, like, see if there's any other way that she can be helped. She's having a big deal tomorrow. Surgery for a lot of people, especially at that age, it's a scary thing.
It's a very
in my 40s.
Yeah. Mortality comes into play. Yeah.
He's worried about keeping her instead of keeping her happy and calm and healthy. He's just worried about keeping her. And
my girl is
way more obnoxious and controlling than he's laying on this ex-boyfriend.
And you're going to love the next one, because here is an actual question. Number 4. My girl is loyal, and I know so with a fact, but is this a red flag?
If she's loyal and you know it for a fact, then it can't be a red flag.
Right.
Like, do you trust her or not? That's, I say this every fucking show that we have questions like this. If you don't trust somebody, you shouldn't be with them. You trust her, let her hang out with her ex-boyfriend for an entire day. Maybe you have a problem with it, but if you trust her, nothing's gonna happen, right? I don't get that. I think it's probably a thing of youth, and I hate to blame it on that, but the inexperience of actually having been in a very full and trusting relationship for years shows. He doesn't know what trust really is or what it looks like.
Did we get a caller or?
No, we had to restart the computer the callers come in on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, here comes the final blow. I know her ex's intentions are to reconnect, but she is denying this. Should I forbid them from seeing each other?
Yes. Just end it. That way it ends sooner and she can move on to somebody who isn't trying to control her.
Oh my God. I put a link in our Discord.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so I am very excited to see the replies tomorrow morning and laugh heartily because holy jeez. I mean, ladies and gentlemen.
And you were gonna have this guy call in and deal with me like on, dude, you don't trust her. Yeah, please, absolutely forbid her from doing something and figure out how relationships actually work.
Nothing would have made me happier than hearing you just break this entire thing down to them, and hopefully, and I'm praying because again, I don't believe this guy has any malicious intent. However, I mean, all of this is. I don't believe
either do technically.
Of course,
if the ex one, he might not have been a great boyfriend, and everything that he's describing may absolutely be true, or at least the way she felt that he was treating her. But everything that this guy is stating doesn't seem like anything more than what he wants the situation to be. He was a piece of shit and he was abusive and he ruined her and he took advantage of her abandonment issues, which she probably, I would guess in a lot of these cases when you ask, was she diagnosed? Well, no, but it's obvious and she thinks she is. I'm like, well, stop using the phrase until somebody's diagnosed.
Yep. Yeah.
Just like, I would love to get in on that level of discussion with him. Like, what the facts are is she has an ex who is contacting her again in a time of need. What are you doing to make her feel better throughout this whole ordeal? What have you done? How are you working on this? Did you tell her you'd work on a nice little grave spot for her cat, or a plan to spread some of the ashes of the cat, a party for her and her friends who met and liked the cat? What have you done to help work her through this? Yeah. And I don't hear any of that. Maybe he did some things. I'm sure he's done a thing or two. But that should be what the question is about. How can I help her get on? How can I show her that I do support her and trust her? Instead of, should I forbid her?
That was crazy. That was the worst closer. I mean, that you do not want to lead with that closer. I mean, he's gonna get
several teenage responses saying, yeah, you should forbid her. She's a cheating hoe. And then you'll get like some mature responses of people like, you're worse than the ex. You're controlling her. So
I could say the one nice thing is I haven't read this other one because it's a really long comment and we're doing this live. But the first comment was, "Dude, gross." You couldn't even say "gentlemen and ladies." Anyway, so it's the internet
for you.
The internet doesn't take kindly to. Can I say one thing real quick? Josh, when my cat died,
it's like this is a talk show.
When my cat died, Josh was such a sweetheart. He joined me and we held a funeral outside and buried my cat and said some kind words about Hulk Hogan. It's my
is that
cat
the
Hulk.
Cat's name?
Yes.
Okay.
Cat Hulk Hogan died of heart failure. It was a very traumatic moment. And Hulk Hogan
I get it, man.
Yeah. And that's that type of guy right there. He'd save some cat fur. He wouldn't keep cat fur. I personally be very concerned that my buddy's keeping some cat fur hanging about.
Hulk Hogan, his brother was a lot cooler, anyways.
X to doubt. It was always there was a big discussion about that was ongoing about who was cooler, Hulk Hogan or Mr. T, and I was Team Hogan and he was Team T.
That wasn't his name either.
Wait, what did you name him?
Hulk Hogan. It was a joke from Half Baked that I'm not going to repeat here because out of context, it's not great. It's not terrible. It just isn't. We're not going to. Yeah.
No, I totally get it. My cat died last year or maybe even the year before, and I still miss him. Like he was my best friend animal. He was there all the time for me. I get it.
Two cats this past year. I'm there with you.
Okay, now I got to find like if we're gonna end anytime soon, we need to end on an up note. So I need to find something fun, even though that kind of was fun.
Hey.
Our new overlay did work out. I got it to go.
That's good. It's good that it's working. Yeah. I like that.
The transparent background didn't work last time, but now we're good. It's all right.
Good. I was hoping we were able to do stuff like that. So
Just like omit me from the entire show. Yeah, you can actually push the button.
Just a red X. Like you're still there, just under the red X.
Yeah.
Just really disrespectful.
If you could keep some fur of mine later, and that way just to give to people to remind them of me, I'd appreciate it. Oh, there's not going to be any more fun ones. That was my fun one for the day.
Oh, there's got to be fun ones.
Oh, there's always fun ones, but I don't remember having sex with my husband. Hey, sleep sex. We want to
those aren't fun. No, because those almost always result in like you need divorced now.
No, come on, sleep sex. That's a stress issue.
You know, that's something you discuss before you do it, though.
Yeah, true. That is true. Well, you know,
although I will share this. My wife and I once woke my wife up by doing something to her under the covers.
Right.
And I wasn't awake yet. And then we both proceeded to do the thing.
Yes.
And then went back to sleep without talking to each other. We were awake while doing it. Don't get me wrong. I don't remember initiating it. She remembers waking up to it. We had fun, and then we both went back to sleep.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm referring to. Sleep sex.
It's only happened once. Yeah. Only happened once. But yeah, like.
Were you stressed?
I don't. It was a while ago. The last time it was after Josh and I went to see Jeffrey Asmus at a comedy show. I'd partaken of some mood enhancement alcohols and came home, went to sleep, and apparently shortly after I got in bed, maybe an hour into it, I just reached out and grabbed her boob.
I mean, of course.
I don't do that because waking her up is a sin. I don't do that. It's a great way to go get killed and go straight to hell.
Just what happens when you hang out with me for more than an hour. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I warned her.
All right. This is the closest
find us a good closer. Find us.
I have some doubt regarding some texts which were exchanged between my boyfriend and my female colleague. Not a coworker directly, but it's still, does that count as coworker? And that is today.
For you, we'll let you have it.
I need some insight from men's perspective. Boyfriend texts to female colleague. I have some doubt regarding some. Okay, you just repeated. To clarify, this messages happened before he even became friends with me. But I want to know what that situation means. Okay, this might not be as great as I thought it'd be. So I recently read the text, and in the text, I saw him complimenting her pic, saying, "This is really good," and and he liked her pic on Instagram. By the way, 27 and 28-year-old female and male. So it's This is what, yeah. Old pic, which she posted way back before knowing him. He had asked her about her relationship status, told her specifically that he was single. After knowing she is single, he had said, we need to find partners. Asked her to hang out with him, calling her to office everything from work from home. I don't know what that means. Asking her to call to her parties, commented, "How are you still single since you are so good," etc. I'm feeling sad because these similar, rather exact messages even I got when we became friends. And these messages made me feel he is interested in me. And later, I too became interested. And then we started dating. I feel like AI wrote this. I'm sorry. Now I confronted him and asked whether you liked her and flirted with her. He denied liking her and said, these are not flirty messages. And he texts all girls who are his friends the dame of the same things. Okay. I had confronted him on this before too, before reading the text, where I saw his likes an older picture and him hugging her closely at a party. At that time too, I'm about ready to give up on this.
Yeah, I'm already lost the thread. Like basically, she's jealous.
I got a nosebleed.
And this is actually talk to him about what she wants. Right.
This doesn't count. This doesn't count, guys. I apologize. I apologize to anybody listening. That doesn't count. Basically, it happened before you existed, right?
What did?
Exactly. That's probably the best answer to that question. Josh, comment?
No.
Don't make me find one.
It just bums me out because that had such good potential, and then it just, that went downhill real quick. How's D-Live doing?
We got no lemons.
What do you mean we have no lemons?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, we've got 0 lemons.
Clearly, you're not the bearer of lemons.
Wait, did our existing lemons go away?
Well, I think that our existing lemons were on a previous channel, perhaps.
Really?
Oh, right. Here's one right here. And it has 206 answers, and I don't care because we're not going to type an answer to this one. May I read?
Of course. It's your show, man.
No, it's our show.
Our show.
Strangest girl I ever dated. And I'm going entirely on the headline alone here. So I don't know where this is going to go. So I met this girl maybe 2 weeks ago. We started texting and went on 2 dates. From texting standpoint, she seems really interested. Text fast, ask questions, wants to know about me and my day. She was the first one to wish me Happy New Year's, added me to close friends on Instagram. On dates, she's also pretty good. It just seems she's interested, doesn't look at phone. Also, she is modest, down to earth, and isn't into expensive stuff. He learned a lot about her in 2 dates, man. She is hot, of course. That's why we asked her out. Like, really attractive. Lots of followers, friends on social media, because that means something. It just looks like a girl you would want in bed with you.
Oh, that's hot.
I mean, I've went through phases, and a lot of girls qualified for that at some point.
I mean,
this is where it gets interested. Oh, come on, man. This is where it gets interesting. She is like crazy horny, kinky, and constantly talking dirty. You poor. Can we just have a moment of silence for this poor guy who went on 2 dates with a very, very hot chick who's into crazy, horny, kinky, and constantly talking dirty type sex?
Yes.
He has a problem and he's worried about it. Like, after the first date, she asked me to spank her harder. Oh, you poor.
Life's rough.
She was all over me, dry humping BJ, but no sex. Period. Oh, he says no sex and puts period in parentheses. I think he's saying because the period said she's not that kinky, buddy. She's not that kinky. Or you're not into whatever you take. Second date, almost same thing, but less horny than the first time. And she was in a hurry. Oh, well, still isn't interested in sex due to her period. Okay. Probably not true, but I don't force her or anything. Well, yeah, good on you.
Yeah, good.
She's constantly saying, all you guys just want to get my pants. Oh, I know her. I think I know where this is going. She's constantly talking about how guys approach her, how this one sent her this text, this one approached her like this. I don't know if she's sleeping with others or not, but she sure wants attention. Did he just answer his question?
I think so.
I told her, why do you text them back and like each of their photos if they're idiots? And she says, just for fun. She also asked me what she should tell the guys that approach her. So she wants you to be jealous.
I was going to say, hold up. I know this sound.
I know this girl probably isn't for normal relationship, but I don't understand it. Like, I'm dating 3 girls in one. No, you're dating one girl who loves a lot of attention and will do whatever it takes to get it. That's why she's all over social media with hot photos, and that's why she lets you go as far as to keep you on the line, but not all the way because maybe she's still a virgin. I knew, and this is for real, this girl wasn't a tease about it. She was upfront and open about it. She would do everything but fuck. And she was a stripper in a nudie booth in downtown Pittsburgh. So
nice.
You could literally go and drop a quarter in a booth and see her do whatever you want. And yet she was still a virgin. So a lot of guys were seeing something that they would have paid a lot more money for. I was friends with her, knew her, and she wasn't a tease about it, but some girls just like the attention. Sex is too far, but everything else is on the table. So
and that's her choice.
Maybe she's there. Enjoy what you have. But everything else in here tells me she's using sex as a weapon without actually using sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's manipulating you with the sex.
Or
with
just
everything
ask her. Just be direct.
Sex.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
I want to say there's go ahead.
Has he tried to give her a dead cat's fur?
That's probably a very big problem that he needs to correct. What do you think the first answer is going to be like?
She a hoe or something stupid like that. I'm expecting
no. I think she's relying on her sexuality to keep a guy, but doesn't want to. That goes a little longer, but yes. Any
Was
other
the
good
first answer
replies?
not what's her link?
She's either a train wreck or she's playing you.
Nice. Nice. There we go. Get it out of your system.
That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, there could be more to it than that. However, come on, man. Why do people keep replying to other people's replies?
They're fun sometimes.
Probably had bipolar disorder. You've been warned.
Jesus Christ. That escalated quickly.
Some guy learned a phrase on the internet and he wants to throw it at strangers. Yes.
That's absolutely fantastic.
She sounds like she might have vaginismus. Crazy horny, but no penetration. Textbook.
Woof, dude.
Textbook.
I mean,
well, to be fair, that is from Psychotic Armadillo. So it's a psycho in Texas.
Hey, I support that. At least, yeah. Red flag, they're wearing it.
Oh, no, that's period. Don't call it a red flag. That's just Texas.
I like it. He wrote a period. How old is it? By the way, we didn't ask the ages. What were the ages again?
They didn't have them, which makes me think. The second date made me think in their 20s or, out of school, but I would say just barely.
Yeah.
Man, you're complaining about a free blowjob. That's all I need to be extremely happy.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. From experience, girls like this have trouble, follow them everywhere and blame anyone but themselves. She's probably dating 3 others too. You're one of the guys she texts but probably complains about. You absolutely are one of the guys she complains about to the other guys.
Oh, God.
I've met that girl. I want to say she's from Charleroi, Pennsylvania, and she lived there for a couple of years in the
God damn it.
From the moment I heard the phrase "just for fun," from the moment I hear the "just for fun" phrase, I immediately assume I'm dealing with a mindset of a teenager. I wouldn't expect any maturity or commitment from her.
Wow.
Fair. BJ on the first date, and she talks dirty so soon. The complaints this guy have the nerve to get in her pants. Come on, you're being played.
I'm astounded.
You sure she's a girl? Oh, we didn't go there.
Wow.
Didn't even. All right, good on you, Captain Bugwash.
Just amazing.
Can people please upvote? I'm trying to get enough karma to be able to post an issue I have about a gift card. Appreciate you all. Have a great day. Upvoting.
That poor
Why
girl.
not? He was honest about it, right? I mean, the gift card.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I just hate the first like guttural reaction from Reddit is just to like shit on her. Like it's just like, dude, come on now. Like she's not doing anything wrong. Like, unless they're in some kind of huge commitment. I mean, her not sleeping with somebody is her choice. So
Here's the optimist. I say just have fun with her. I would continue to date her, but keep your eyes out.
Okay, there you go.
As a female, just saying, this screams insecurities. She's got a lot to work on. It doesn't look good. Tread with caution.
Just
seems like you are a perfect match for her. Don't have sex with her. Just keep getting your BJs, bro.
Don't have sex with her. Keep getting her BJs, bro. That's a new phrase. I think that's the first
I want to
time.
hear you after the period. Keep me posted.
I want that person to be my best friend.
Well, it's Zero Wolf. So it's like a Zaz does. She sounds bad. Having a hookup in your back pocket isn't a bad thing. Just don't take her home to mom. Why would you? Mom.
It's seriously.
Oh, did you respond? Is this your secret account? Strap in, bud. Strap in, bud. You're about to go on a wild ride. It'll make one great story later, though.
That does sound very like me. Yeah. Oh, wait. The rule of yes. The rule of yes. Always say yes.
Dude, if you can get a good story out of it, it probably is worth it.
Yep, absolutely. Always say yes. Unless somebody's getting hurt, always say yes. You'll get a great story out of it.
Oh man, that was
all right.
I like that one. Like it brought back memories. I don't think I've heard anything quite like that in a while. So, oh wait, no, you did get a response from Agreeable Log.
Oh, I did.
Yes, call now if you can. Which one is this? One of the ones we already spoke with?
Yeah, I believe so. I think we already spoke.
Is it a kid with a cat?
No, God, if it was that, I would have jumped. Let me hold on. You said agreeable what?
log 569 to go into the chats.
I'm going. I can't go fast.
No, just
When does my boyfriend? Why does my boyfriend still talk to me?
Man, let's see if we can get her. We'll give it like 10 minutes.
All right, let's talk more about this Matt Rife character. Future guest. Do we have a future guest we want to discuss coming up?
Nothing solid planned. However, one thing I did want to open up is we can discuss who we want on the show. Because I've got a recent fascination. I'd like to get some gold medal Olympians on, and I understand that some of the higher end Olympians are not going to be available to do a show, nor would they want to expose more of their private life. But I'm looking to talk with some particularly U.S. Olympians. I'm not stuck on them having to be United States. I'm curious about how training to be an Olympic athlete on any level impacts your life, how the selection process works for your sport, if you're married, how that relationship worked with all the commitment you have to give and all the travel you have to do and to getting all the way to the Olympics. And I'm also interested in what really happens at the Olympic Village without you necessarily having to say what you have done in Olympic Village. So that's one of the people I'm looking forward to getting on the show as a general category. And I think we're trying to also line up some guests who do voiceover work, because I'm interested in discussing what it's like to have the success and fame without necessarily having your face known broadly across the universe. So you're still on top of your game, but people might not recognize you. Kind of like being in the band Fish. I'm pretty sure most of the members of the band Fish can walk into a store and not be noticed by even Fish fans. So,
and also, can you get us jobs doing voiceovers?
And yes, can you get us jobs? I am good at voiceovering.
I can be excited.
Hey, Frog here. I do a voice.
I'm in the band Fish.
I believe it.
What people are you guys, or what groups of people are you guys aiming for some future interviews?
Well, hey, sorry. Just really quick, I want to hear Zaz's answer, but I know that he did reach out to some Olympians or former ones this week, and we may want to make sure that Zaz has further oversight in the future.
Oversight.
Yeah. His emails to, or one email to one Olympian at least, was in very poor taste.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this live.
No,
right
I don't think that we should do it live. I just
I was gonna say
on a story.
Just when the show's over, Nathaniel, just be sure to ask me what Josh is talking about, and I'll tell you the story, because I immediately texted Josh after the fact. So, and Josh, go fuck yourself.
It's spectacular.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Quality.
And 100% is. So I'm gonna get you some lotion. 4 face touches in less than 5 minutes.
All right, well, let's get back to the topic.
6 face touches.
See if this person calls in. Who else? What other categories or groups of people? I think you mentioned earlier wrestlers.
Yeah. So what we're doing is, what I think is, there's 2 groups that, I mean, it's 2024. We talked about what direction we're going to go. I mean, we'd had some amazing luck this year, with some fantastic people, very interesting people. And I think I mentioned before in a private conversation with you guys that I really just, for me personally, I mean, I know, again, it's we're just producing, but it's like, I want to talk to like childhood heroes. I want to hear what Nathaniel wants to talk to. If we could get Voltron on the line, I would absolutely I would sell my dogs so you could talk to Voltron. And it got me thinking, like, who would you want to talk to? And when I was a kid, like, there were some music artists that, like, I really dug that, you don't hear from anymore. And wrestling, like wrestlers, it just relationships wrestlers have to go through. And I think you actually were the one who brought that idea originally up in previous conversations. I don't know about that, but
yeah, I mean, the wrestlers, I mean, they have to live in the whole is it K-fobby or Key-fobby or K-fob?
Sure.
It's where whenever you're in front of a camera or a fan, you're always in character, no matter what.
Yeah. Exactly.
And what it's like to live that life while still. And in fact, I would love to get in on some famous character actors. This is an example. I know Pee Wee Herman's dead, but I would love to have talked to Paul Rubens about how that life worked, and when it was time to give up the character and be Paul Rubens, and because there's been cases in instances we've talked about it not on the air, about people who didn't separate from the character far enough soon enough that people thought that, like, say, Andrew Dice Clay is actually Andrew Dice Clay instead of Andrew Clay performing a character. And then and when stuff goes south, it's impossible to become a different person or even your real self in something. So I would love to start exploring some of that from people who've been through it or are living it, to see what that is like on a life and a relationship and relationship with fans who don't
That's really good.
get the fact. Yeah. Because if the viewer, if anybody out there has not seen Andrew Clay not being Andrew Dice Clay, he's a very different person, and it's almost shocking. But Dice Clay is a fictional creation meant to kind of poke fun at Fonzie and strong macho Italian types.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Did we let's see if that person can call back, and maybe not. 10:52.
Right.
Well, let's give him the full 10.
Oh, give him the full 10. But how about you, Josh?
I think that those are all good options to look into. I do. I was thinking you were talking about musicians and then wrestlers. Does either of you remember? And maybe there was more than one of these, but I remember back when it was WWF still. A bunch of wrestlers released an album of music that it was, I guess, some entrance music and some like stuff they sang, but one of them was
Iron Sheik was on there, right?
Maybe, I believe so. But my favorite one, or at least our favorite one in high school, was always the Tatanka Buffalo song. It was a lot of fun. It does probably not hold up well, probably fairly racist, but it was truly awful, and we listened to it a lot and enjoyed the hell out of it. That'd be a fun one to find, is somebody who does wrestling songs.
I did reach out to there was I think we talked about this before, but I reached out to them because I just was so intrigued by it. But do you remember the phase in wrestling where it was Degeneration X? They their theme song was actually,
them, but I know it was a thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like when wrestling had its resurgence. It was like 80s, it was huge, that died down, and then the late 90s it came back again because they started having stand-up comedians write for them. And that big resurgence hit, and what they did was for a theme song for this group, it was literally and boy, if they do get them on their show, they'll hate me for saying this, but no big secret, it was a Rage Against the Machine ripoff band. And they sung Degeneration X, and like it was every bit of trying to be Rage without the rage. And I did reach out to them, like, hey, you want to discuss relationships, band from 1999?
Well, I mean, just like if they had a level of fame, and I'm sure that they were actually at, like, some larger events actually performing.
Yeah, they've done live Madison Square Garden. Yeah,
the wrestling fans, and like it was a spark of fame for probably something I would imagine that most of them were not. They were proud to have done it, but like
100%,
knew it wasn't their best work, sort of thing. They knew exactly what it was. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, I'm not dunking on them by any means. It was just very notable that kids were singing that song. It was a hit for the wrestling audience, and it was recognizable more so than a lot of songs that were on the radio, but it was a wrestling song. So it was like, to the point where I'm saying, that song, both of you, I can guarantee one of you didn't watch wrestling, are both like, yes, I recognize that song, but what's the band's name? Nobody knows. And that's the part that's like, yikes,
we do have we've all agreed on one guest we would love to have this year, Tommy Chong.
Yes,
we're actively reaching out and trying to make that happen. A lot of people don't, and I think we should probably do a thing where we cut a special bumper just to send to him on Instagram. He's 2 years away from celebrating 50 years of marriage. Remember, this man has achieved the heights of fame in that time. He has, and she's also successful in show business as well. He's achieved heights of fame. He's been in jail. He's inspired the book The Wolf of Wall Street. He's owned businesses. He's gone through a public divorce with his partner and reconciliation. She's been there through it all. And I want to really just like dive in on like how they kept it together and how they kept it so positive between them. And I don't want to touch on the bad things, but like that's a lot. Even in 50 years, it's a lot.
Yeah, so Bon Jovi was a great person. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
And you don't have to bring up the bad stuff, but it is the state that we're in right now that ended up taking him down in the end, right? Wasn't Pennsylvania the one that nailed him for the shipping through things through the mail?
It was Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It was Pennsylvania.
So I would love to get Tommy Chong in here. Good.
He said it was planned. They specifically got him in Pennsylvania.
They were aiming for him. It was a high-profile bust. They wanted the headline, so that's why they went after him and him specifically. And
good job, PA.
Yeah, now it's pretty much illegal here. You could buy a bong for smoking weed in any store and call it that, and go home with the bong that you purchased to smoke weed, and not like, I need a water bubbler for my tobacco use. Like whatever code words people had to use in weed stores. Now you could outright just say, I'm buying a weed bong.
Tobacco.
Even though you can only get weed legally if you have a license, medical license, and they encourage you not to smoke it. They want you to vape all the flower they sell you.
Right, but it's technically illegal to light marijuana flower on fire, but there is no punishment for it. They can't write you up for it because there's no punishment. It's covered under a law which doesn't have a punishment. So like it's just to make the people who signed the law feel happy. But what it did change was you can actually call it a bong now, and you could outright say, I'm buying it to smoke marijuana in, and no shop will kick you out. They will all sell it to you for that purpose. It's not a taboo, illegal thing anymore. Yeah, it's changed. I've walked into a smoke shop and say, is this bong for smoking weed? Can I say that now? And they're like, yeah, totally. We don't care. So whereas I've heard stories of people getting chased out of shops for slipping up and saying the wrong thing.
Back in the day, when Zaz and I were first here, that was definitely the case.
Yeah,
there was a few shops downtown that very clearly had signs posted that this is all for tobacco use only, and that is all that we will discuss.
Right in Market Square, they were not happy when you walked in there and just went bongs.
No, it's not. There's somebody else I want on the show, and I can't remember right now that I'm fascinated to talk to about, again, their life and the relationships they've managed to have and maintain throughout it. But yeah, so we're working on more guests, and we're going to start with we have some. If you haven't seen our last show, which was just a stream, I don't believe we're going to edit it and put it up, but it's in the live stream section on YouTube, and I probably have Twitch already. We have some new fun games and abilities to play things, so look for that. And this was just to get back up and make sure our setups are good. I wanted to show off my new chair and my new living room. And Zaz got a new job in a different call center.
Yep. And if I could just have a quick moment and say, Amy, Bobby, we're not stopping. We're going to continue to reach out. You're not going anywhere. Reach out. Just take 10 minutes.
Yeah, come on, Amy. Right. We want to help promote you, and you're still. I mean, I actually liked the last new song she put out. So in all seriousness, I would love to talk to her.
That's right. That's right.
He's a Zaz fan.
Let it happen. It's going to be awesome.
Amy, please join our show. And with that, we're going to close out the night. We'll be back next week, and I hope you guys tune in and watch us, and we'll let you know who we've lined up for our future interviews. And if you have questions, give us a call. Have a great night, everybody. Let's play us out and get out of here. We did the thing.
Hi, caller. You're on the air.